assume you plugged in the mic.
Yeah, we're recording right now.
You're right. Hey guys. Hello everybody and welcome to the 4th official episode of the Den Discourse. I'm your host, Jonathan Adam.
And I'm the other guy, Brock Gambill.
Yeah.
I like how we've just both agreed that I'm just the other guy.
I don't know why, it's like, for some reason, when you open an episode, you forget to say, like, I'm the host, so then I'll, like, jump in and be like, oh, I'm the host, and you go, oh, yeah, I'm me, the other dude.
We got a jam-packed week ahead of us.
Yes, we do, finally. Compared to last week, this week actually has some really good stuff.
Yeah, and then don't forget to get the Gummy Bear album today, because it's from November the 13th.
Oh, yeah, the Gummy Bear album TM comes out today, November 13th.
Oh, wasn't that, like, what, 2010s?
Something like that. It would have been in the 2010s.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that it's still part of, like, pop culture.
I know, it just appears once a year, like Mariah Carey.
She's defrosting.
Run. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our least busy day, Monday today. So we have the first day of winter sports practices. Winter sports are finally starting up.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Well, I mean, it's been fall, not winter, so.
Yeah. So, just getting ready.
And then looking at Tuesday, we have JV Scholars Bowl at Fort Scott.
Yeah, JV Scholars Bowl. That's football.
Scholars Bowl?
What is Scholars Bowl?
Scholars Bowl isn't football.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. I'm so sorry. Wait. I'm so not with it today, dude. I have been messing up all weekend and stuff like that. I don't know what it is.
Can you hear what it is?
What?
You don't have the Gummy Bear album on November
15th. You're right. That's on me. Dude, I even went to the mall deli the other day to get food. And I was doing a pickup order, and the total was like $20.27.
Yeah.
And for some reason, my brain just read it in as $27. And I was like, I don't even have that much money on me. She's like, you have a 20 and a 1 right there. I'm like, no, that's not enough. And she's like, it's $20. I'm like, oh. I don't know what it is, but I've just been a goober goofball all week. And then I got home, and one thing was ham and the other was turkey, and I read the abbreviation of turkey as Thursday and wondered why the other one didn't say Thursday, and then remembered it wasn't even Thursday, it was Sunday. Anyway, moving on. Wednesday, November 15th. I just outed myself like that. All right. Wednesday. This is our busiest day, by the way. So get ready for a jam-packed Wednesday, starting with the CTE Healthcare at CHC/SEK. That is from 8:30 p.m. to 2. Wait. That says p.m. That's not right. It should be 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
It's an overnighter.
It is an overnighter. You guys are going to be there for a while. Our thing here says 8:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. That doesn't seem right.
Now, for all intents and purposes, we're just going to assume it's 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Now, granted, if we're wrong on this, I don't feel like taking the blame because that seems really weird. That feels like it's built to trip people up.
Yeah, for like an overnight tournament, you don't put like 8 to 8. You just, like, here's day 1, here's day 2.
Yeah. So we're just going to assume that that's AM.
Yeah, and then right after that, and then, I don't know if you're a part of this, but the District Jazz Clinic and Performance at the Bicknell Center from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yep, that is a 12-hour thing. I'm not a part of this one. This is for people that did District. I did not do District Jazz because I had done it the last few years. I was okay with missing out this year. Yeah. But for the people that did make it, I know a few people that did. I believe Cassidy McMurray did, and I know a few others that I'm afraid of saying wrong names, so I will refrain. But we had some really great band members make it into the District Jazz, and from 9 a.m. they will be practicing a few pieces of music all day. They have to but they have to learn 3-ish pieces of music in one day and then perform it at the Bicknell Center that very day. I remember doing it. It was very, very stressful, but it was a lot of fun.
I mean, it's jazz. Just play all the wrong notes and you're good.
Yeah. If you just play every note wrong, then you win.
Play the scales.
You win jazz. And then we got to go ahead over here. We have the Breakfast with Santa auditions here in the PHS Auditorium from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. So that is after school. I honestly do not know. I thought I knew because I thought I was like, oh, it's one of those like mini plays or something they were doing.
like a
like Dave was.
Yeah,
remember
like
Dave last year? That was great.
Wasn't that a student play though?
Mm-hmm. It was
because it was at the the Black Box Theater.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was here at the PHS.
Well, we have a Black Box Theater here.
Well, yes, yeah.
It's in the theater room.
Yes, that's my bad. That was really good. And that's why I thought it was, and now I'm not entirely sure because I asked like 3 teachers, and all of them were like, "We don't know, but we don't think that's what it is." And I was like, "I feel like this is something you guys should know."
Yeah, I mean, like it's called Breakfast with Santa.
I mean, it says auditions, right? Like,
yeah,
audition, and it's in the auditorium. I feel like that just screams a performance.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's about all I have to say. It's interesting.
It sure is, pal.
That is a thing of all time.
All right. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to Thursday, November 16th. Do you want to go ahead and say what's happening that day? I was just going to, like, I thought you were going to jump in, and then you didn't, so I got really nervous.
All right, so from Thursday, and I believe it's through Saturday, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, Thursday through Saturday. Little Shop of Horrors will be doing their performances. On Thursday and Friday, it'll be from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., but on Saturday, it will be 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m., so it's a bit of an earlier showing. Any of those, if you can just make it, make it. I have been watching them practice and perform. I've been listening to the pit band.
I know Blake is excited about drumming for it.
Mm-hmm. It's been just been listening to it. It's been phenomenal. I've been 100% invested in it since they really first started getting it all together. The prop and set designs just look some of the greatest I've seen our school do. They're phenomenal.
So when I go from Laughlin's room, I take the shortcut through the auditorium, and I get like very few glances at the set. I'm like, wow, we have a really good team making this set.
Our set designers are phenomenal.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. I could never imagine making a model like a 43:1 model, and then a 1:1 model.
Right.
I took theater for a few years, and like I can do performances, small ones. I'm not a theater kid to the max degree, but when we had a project on making set design, that was something I really struggled with. And now, like, seeing them put this together, it's amazing.
It takes a very specific and incredibly talented amount of individuals to put something and like pull something like that off. So I'm all kudos. Maybe we'll have to interview one of them because honestly,
absolutely.
They are some of the most underrated.
People think it's just, oh, we paint this, and then it's thought, no, you have to get the glass, you have to cut the glass, you have to get the doors, you have to move the doors, and it's how light can we make this in between scenes, and it's a lot of moving parts, and if one thing goes wrong, it's no longer on the actors, it's on the set. But when you have such a good set designer and like the people that we have, it almost makes it look easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that is so easy to screw up, and from my knowledge, I have never seen any of it screw up. Or if it has, I hadn't noticed.
Yeah,
it would have been very well covered up. So all kudos to them. Let's go ahead and move on to Friday, though. I think you can take this one.
So looking at the first one, it says debate at Olathe East. That's actually no longer happening.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah, so we were supposed to have a DCI tournament, which we went to last weekend. I'm not going to say anything bad about our teams because none of us liked the tournament. I went to it. So we had Seth and Indy. They went 2-3. Hamilton and we went 2-3. And then Savannah and Eve went 2-3. And then, God bless them, John and Isis, they went 0-5. And so we've just made a decision not to go to that DCI tournament overnight. Nothing on John and Isis or Seth and Indy or Eve and Savannah. That was a difficult tournament for all of us. And day 2, we were, like, mentally checked out.
Yeah, I'd imagine it just gets that stressful. What makes it more stressful and different than the others?
So, you've heard me throw around the term DCI, right?
I have.
So, there's different divisions of tournaments. There's Novice, JV, Open, KDC, and DCI, with DCI being the top. And it reminded me a lot of Nationals, except they took it way more serious. because we had people almost like yelling at us during their speeches, and they'd talk so quick that we could hardly flow.
Okay, just a much different type of debating.
Yeah, because that's in the KC area, and KC debates differently than Pittsburgh because it's southeast compared to northern Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and it's a lot different because they have new arguments, they have new points. It's a lot of moving parts, and so we just decided not to.
All right, I mean that's fair. Fair is fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, Friday we have is just art.
Art at Emporia. Oh, like the art classes going to Emporia State Art Day.
Oh, yeah, and it's at the State University.
Yeah, so they're doing like an art thing. That's cool.
That is interesting.
And that's that's an all-day thing, too. That's from 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, and then this Saturday, we have 3 debates. So I just said we're not going to Olathe East, just in DCI. DCI was moved to open, so we're still going there. And then we also have one at Lewisburg and Parsons. So we're going to be all over the state.
Yeah, no kidding. Just ruining the state of Kansas this weekend.
Ruining?
running the laps on Kansas this time around.
Yeah, a lot of our DCI debaters are really excited for Open because we did pretty all right at DCI. But it's just, we're ready to take over Open again.
Yep, ready just to get in there and take over. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got really excited because someone ran an argument against us in DCI saying that we were racist because we were white.
What?
My partner Hamilton isn't white.
It's like fair point. However,
I'm not white.
So it was like, is it like a 2 versus 2 kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, so how it's set up is that there's affirmative and negative, people who affirm the resolution and people who say, like, nah, we don't need to do that. And the role of the ballot is to say, okay, who won this argument? And so as affirmative, you're saying, okay, we need to do what the resolution is talking about. For this, it's fiscal redistribution through a universal basic income, not even universal, just a basic income, a jobs guarantee, or Social Security. And so we have a case that says we need to expand SSI to the American territories to help fight racism. Pretty good. And so people ran a racist K on us. A K debate is just a critique saying, actually, you are hurting the status quo by furthering XYZ.
Right.
And it was colonialism. Even though we're giving SSI to the colonies that we have. And overturning a 100-year-old racist law.
Yeah, it sounds a little backwards.
Yeah, we won that round.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But that makes DCI so different from Open. Moving back to the actual question. But it makes it so different because, like, you have these people that are like, they're racist, they're evil, they're homophobic, they're genocidal. And then it's Open. It's like, no, you can't solve because SSI is outdated.
Yeah.
It's so weird seeing the difference.
Just 2 very different types. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Now that we're done with that, let's talk about interviews that we're looking forward to.
Yeah! All right, so we got some really cool interviews coming up, especially one right after this.
Yes, we're getting Jawsbinator, Josh Osbin.
At the Jawsbinator on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow him now.
He's going to be talking about band. And then we're getting Noah Niederklein next week for Math Club.
Yep, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then, like we said, hopefully some set designers, maybe some actors.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because forensic season is coming up, we're hoping to get someone for forensics.
That would be cool.
It's really funny because a lot of the people that we're interviewing are on the debate team. And then Laughlin noticed this pattern and she came up to me one day. I was like, is your podcast only about debate?
It's just like, why are all the interesting people happen to be on debate?
Yeah, it's so weird. As the debaters, we have our hands in, like, so many different pots. Because, like, I'm not just a debater. I make music. I'm in D&D. I'm in book club.
Right.
Hamilton, my partner, he's in book club. He's doing bowling. He's in FCA. It's so many different things.
Just a lot of the people that are in debate also are just very involved in what they do around the school. So it's just kind of
It's a community.
Coincidence.
It really is a community.
It's a coincidence within the community.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the Netflix show.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But that ends this first part of the segment, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be talking to Niederklein, because, wait, hold on.
Josh.
Wait, is it Josh this week?
Yes.
Wait, but we're interviewing him tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hopefully we'll be seeing you with Josh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our new segment where we're interviewing Josh Osborne, for our music program. Jonathan, anything you have to say?
No, other than welcome on.
Hello.
Glad to have you here. So we're just going to be having some questions on like district and how you prep for it, because we know you made it in. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
So I guess I'll go ahead and just hit it with the first question on like, what do you play? What do you specialize in?
Okay, so I play a variety of instruments. So I play clarinet, I play bass clarinet, and then I also do some piano and guitar for my church as well. But I would say I'm the best at like the clarinet and.
Yeah,
got a natural born Squidward here. Yeah, those are interesting. As long as like, do you know theory?
Yeah.
So how would theory affect like specific aspects of band? Because are you also in jazz?
Yeah.
Is there like a clash there?
Like with theory and like band?
Well, with theory and jazz, because I know jazz is a lot more improvisational.
Oh, yeah. So, like, based on, like, whatever key you're in or whatever, based on, like, you know, how many sharps or whatever, that's what you have to play for different, like, your different improvisational solos. But I'm not, like, huge in jazz. I'm more of a concert guy. But I'm really only in jazz band for, like, I'm doing the musical Little Shop of Horrors. Come see next week.
Yeah, that'll be great. We'll be interviewing someone from that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That's great.
Now moving to our next question. Did you have the question, or is it me?
I mean, I had one, sure.
All right, you go ahead, because I'm
we're going to ask, so since you did district,
Okay.
How was the prep for that? Because I know you're in band and jazz, so you had to find time to slot that in. What was your preparation like?
So I pretty much I encourage people to like go get like a private lessons teacher, because me, Sahara, Cassidy, we all take private lessons from the clarinet professor, Dr. Britz. And so we started working on district like last summer before like auditions or any of like the packets were given to us by Mr. Neal or anything.
So you've been practicing for like a year.
Yeah, for district, and for the second year in a row, Cassidy, Sahara, and I got top 3 clarinets in the district. So
Wow.
I just really encourage people to like get private lessons, because they're really helpful for like learning your instrument and growing in music more.
Yeah. That's really impressive. I know that. All 3 of you guys?
Yeah, I've got top 3 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
Pretty great.
That is crazy.
Actually amazing. I have a question. Out of, is it the 4 instruments you play?
Yeah.
Which one would you say was the easiest to learn?
So definitely like the bass clarinet, because it's just the clarinet, just bigger. But in terms of like learning like brand new material, I would say probably the piano, just for what I have to play with the piano. Like church music is like 4 chords over and over again. Super easy back and forth stuff. So like that's pretty easy to do. Guitar was way more of a challenge than I wanted it to be, but it's probably the hardest one I've had to learn.
Still a fun adventure.
Yeah.
Always is. I love learning new things.
Yes.
When you got to district, because you obviously prepped for it, you got there, you played some pieces.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing your name on the "You Made It" list? Like, how was that? How was the feeling?
I would say like the most stressful part of district band is refreshing the SEK MEA website over and over again, because like you're just wanting like the results to be on there.
Right.
And like when you see your name on there, no matter like what placing you are, you're just like so excited. You start like texting your friends and everybody, because it's just like a great feeling to finally like know, because after the audition you just know anything could have happened in that audition, because like if you play a scale wrong, if you play a certain thing like that the judges didn't like dynamically, then then like it could affect your audition score. So like when you see your name on that, it's just like so refreshing. Like, oh, my audition was actually really good.
Yeah.
Now the pressure's still there for like state and stuff, but we'll,
Right.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
You still have another level to jump up.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember even last year I ended up making it to district and state, and that was a lot of fun. I remember I did that in baritone saxophone, and then I did in alto my sophomore year. There it was.
Yep.
And I 100% understand and get that feeling. It is honestly one of the best feelings in the world to seeing your name on that ballot, because you realize like I did the same thing all these other people did, and they saw me doing the best or one of the best. That is always a great feeling.
so let's move to our next question. Jonathan, did you have one?
Not necessarily.
Really?
I guess I would have just asked something like, you know, obviously there's the preparation for it, there's the getting the results for it.
Yeah.
How would you say your time was doing it?
You mean like
Next level?
the audition stuff, or?
Yeah, essentially. Just
So like
all eyes.
doing the audition. pretty
Yeah,
much?
all eyes on you.
Yeah, so I would say like, well, with the audition it's blind, so you know like no one can see you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're behind the
but,
curtain.
no, not all eyes on you, but you know whatever.
All ears on you.
Yeah, you walk in and like you're just like super stressed. Like Mr. Neal tells everybody to like play with like just like play louder purposely, because you lose like 10% of your air when you're nervous or something. So I would say like when actually doing the audition, it's like super stressful, and you just like don't like know what's going to happen afterward, but you know you're prepared like if you've put in the time beforehand, which is why like, you know, starting in the summer before is always like a good option for getting ready for district band and everything. But I would just like say it's like really stressful, but so much better if you have like the time and preparation that you had before.
Yeah.
And with that, we're coming to a close. So do you have any like closing remarks for us?
Any closing words for the audience?
No, but sure, why not? Sure. I would just say like if you're like wanting to step like into a new like space and like within music, district band or district choir or district orchestra, district all of this different options are like great opportunities for you to really become more of a musician, taking private lessons, taking just steps to becoming a better musician. I would say is like really good for you.
All right. Steps getting to it. I understand. I agree with
absolutely.
that 100%. So thank you so much, Josh, for joining us
thank
here
you.
today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a great time. So with that, that'll bring the episode to a close. Thank you guys so much for listening in.
Absolutely, and we'll see you on the next episode. Hopefully with Niederklein from Math Club.
Yeah, sounds good. See you guys later.
See ya.